This is Engage New York. Module 2, Lesson 5. Read the objective while I read it out loud. I can connect visual models and this distributive property to partial products of the standard algorithm without renaming. So we're going to use the idea of using a visual model or like a tape diagram, if you will, and distributive property, which means to pass out, to show the partial product of standard algorithm. Moving on to our fluency practice. We are going to estimate a product using the given pattern sheet, and it's on the cover of your problem set. So what I want you to do is pull out your problem set for lesson 5, and we think about this for a minute before we start the sprint. You are going to first estimate, so 29 would estimate to about 30, and 11 would estimate to 11. You certainly wouldn't want to round that up to 20 because number one, it's less than 15. So, and then you just, without actually writing the numbers, you're trying to do this mentally and just see how far you can get. All right, so pull this out and get yourself situated. All right, pencils up. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, let's go through and talk about this for a moment and debrief. So 30 times 10 is 300. 30 times 20, 600. 30 times 30, 900. 20 times 10, 200. 20 times 20, 400. 20 times 30, 600. 20 times 40, 800. 40 times 10, 400. 40 times 20, 800. 40 times 20, 800. 20 times 30, 20 times 30, no, 20 times 40, 800. 40 times 10, 400. 40 times 20, 800. 400 times 20 would be 8,000. That's as far as I got in that 1 minute. All right, now moving back. So part of your homework is to go through and finish this out and practice those estimation and multiplication skills. All right, the next part of our fluency practice is to multiply mentally and to go through. So multiply mentally. So what strategy are you going to use here? What strategy are you going to use here? What strategy are you going to use here? Then on the back, it's just multiplying by multiples of 100. Then our application problem is Anisha is setting up a play space for her new puppy. She will be building a rectangular fence around part of her yard that measures 29 feet by 12 feet. How many square feet of play space will her new puppy have? If you have time, solve in more than one way. All right, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you go ahead and work for about 8 to 9 minutes, and then we're going to come back and debrief. So go ahead and get started, and we will come back to debrief. All right, let's come back and debrief. So multiplying mentally, 9 times 10. How about 9 times 9 is equal to 81, which is the same as 90 minus 9, which is 81. 9 times 100. 9 times 99 is the same as 100 times 9 minus 9, which is 891. 15 times 10 is 150. 15 times 9, so 15 times 10 minus 15 is 135. So there are different ways to solve these problems, and it's just getting your brain to think nimbly and being flexible the way you think. So 29 times 100 is 2,900, but 29 times 99, well, you could go 29 times 100 minus 29, which is going to give you 2,871. All right, moving to the back side. Here is 31 times 100. Here's 31 times 2. Here's 31 times 200. And here's another way of solving it and breaking it up. 31 times 2 times 100 is 6,200. 31 times 100 times 2 is 3,100 times 2, 6,200. 24 times 300 is 24 times 3 times 100. That's another way of doing it. So it's 72 times 100 is 7,200. 34 times 200, 34 times 2 times 100 gives you 6,800. So it's just breaking the numbers up into smaller bite-sized pieces that you can multiply a little bit easier. Now, going to Anisha's puppy play space. Here's her puppy play space is going to be 12 feet by 29 feet. There are several different ways that you could solve this problem. Number one, you could use area model. Another way, you could use standard algorithm. But a way that we were using in lesson 4 was to go 30 12s minus 1 12. So there are 30 12s minus 1 12. So 30 times 12, subtract 1 times 12 would give you 360 minus 12, which is 348 feet squared. Then we have 20 12s plus 9 12s will give you 29 12s. So 20 times 12 plus 9 times 12 will give you 240 plus 108 is 348 feet squared. So this is the strategy where we're using in our past lesson in lesson 4. All right, we are moving on to concept development. So meet me back here in just a moment for concept development.